TikTok fam and devoted followers and viewers. You're watching Afternoon Shenanigans, Season 2, Episode 8, Part 1. Today we're going to kick things off, going directly down to our lovely Jinxie. First, I'd like to introduce our newest co-host, Miss Tina. Beautiful, beautiful, lovely Tina. And of course, with us as always is the lovely Miss Pixie. And we've got Timothy with us today. And Condom, another family member of the Wild and Out crew. May pop in, may not. You never can tell. It means Wild Afternoon Shenanigans. Jinxie, if you would, please. Floor's yours.
Okay. Sorry, I had to inhale because I'm going to try to rush through this. Make sure to go follow us on YouTube. Afternoon Shenanigan. No S, no S, no S. Get those numbers up so we can start doing these live instead of pre-recording because y'all missed a lot of the hijinks. You really want some shenanigans? Help us get up. Now, I am going to start this episode off with a PSA. We are going to go over Munchausen syndrome, Munchausen by proxy, failure of law enforcement, murder, cover-ups, and false news propaganda. So, if those are triggering to you, please scroll on. I apologize in advance that you're missing out on today's episode, but if you're interested, curious, or want to learn more, stay tuned, buckle up, because this is going to get bumpy.
As always, our show, 18 plus only. Please, if you are not 18 plus, please keep on scrolling.
Yes. Or if you feel it's appropriate for your child after you view it, by all means. But with that being said, I do want to bring attention to how major news media outlets, AP News, Cola 8 News, Elko Daily Free Press, Fox, CNN, they pick and choose where they can make money in stories. For instance, you have the famous Gypsy Rose Dee Dee Blanchard case with the Munchausen by proxy, turning to murder, turning to now Gypsy is a celebrity for it. But yet one of our own former members known as Duff is being labeled with Munchausen syndrome, which means that her children are high probabilities of Munchausen by proxy. And I am so scared for those girls, but humbled that the school is paying attention. So shout out to the school for being on your game, because it seems a lot of schools have been failing children that need notice. So shout out to y'all. But where's the blow up for this? Why did only Gypsy and Dee Dee get that? Which leads me to my brother's case. Some of y'all know, some of y'all don't. In 2021, my brother was unalived by the son of his girlfriend, which was also one of his best friends. Twisted Triangle. Long story. There's videos down on my thing. Originally, he was only charged with person in possession of a firearm that was a prohibited means. He was given 6 years. After that 6-year sentence, he was then charged with second-degree murder, but ended up taking a plea deal to a plea of no contest to involuntary manslaughter and battery with a deadly weapon causing substantial bodily harm, equaling 4 to 17 years. 4 to 17 years. Did they make the sentences run opposite of each other? No, they're running together. So now we're faced with going to his first parole hearing. We are also finding out that he's been moved to max in the state prison without them notifying us. And because he was moved under that coding system, this hearing should not be taking place. So, Elko, Nevada, let's talk, because you and I need to speak, because not only did your responding officers not render aid to Matthew and proceeded to slam him against a trailer and handcuff him with an obvious head wound and, his whole hip blown out, let's talk about the fact how you failed to render aid. You tried to cover it as a schmug deal gone bad. You tried to say that Austin retaliated in self-defense, but yet y'all proved that the only reason my brother's was out of the holster was because of the trajectory from the back hip to the outside of the front hip. So then the fact that your DA, my guy, your DA state issued service arm
I also noticed
came back as the murder weapon that he.
I noticed something in that report. That clip was unloaded in him, and they said he was only shot 3 times. Once in the head, once in the leg. Not even the hip, but the leg. But the clip was unloaded into him. That's a full clip. That ain't no 3 rounds. So they got that wrong too. Go on.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure that got in there. But go on.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna tie this all in.
Okay.
So we started to notice through all of this that when the serial number to that pew pew came back as the state issued firearm for the DA of that county, and that the DA was trying to try this case, we pitched a fit. We got an attorney general. So we figured we're in safe hands, right? Let's also shout out the United States Marshals, the Reno Police Department, and the Washoe County Sheriff's Department for tracking him down for 5 days after the shooting and finding him in Carson City where he was hiding in plain sight. Shout out to y'all for doing your job correctly. I appreciate y'all. But I want to touch base on how news media likes to switch up the story. So I have here an article that was released January 19th, 2023, which was the day after we went to the police sentencing hearing, okay? And since this article came out, I had screenshot it and I put it on my TikTok. Since that article came out, half of this article does not exist anymore, and half of the wording has been swapped to I said what my mom said and my mom said what I said, and they refused to change it. But it's on the court transcription thingy. So y'all need to do y'all's jobs as news media and tell the fucking truth, you lousy piece of scum, flea bag shitheads. Tell the fucking truth, because my mom didn't forgive the bastard. I said I forgave the bastard to set an example for my kids, my nieces, and my nephews. So fuck you for taking that away from me, and fuck you for putting that on my mom because everyone's blaming my mom for forgiving him. My mom did not do that. I did that. I stand on that shit. Come at me, motherfuckers. Come the fuck at me. I fucking dare you. And I don't know if you want to end the first episode, go into the second, because this is long.
Well, we're at 8 minutes right now, but I do want to say, after doing some asking around in my own, hole digging, excuse me, and calling around the courthouses up here in Massachusetts, I did find that in any and all courthouses, if you are considered a part and your name is on any of those court documents in any way, shape, or form, legally, by federal law, you are allowed to get copies of all recordings and transcripts and statements, everything from that.
They won't even allow us the autopsy report, and that's supposed to be public record.
Did you go through the courthouse?
Mm-hmm. Oh, and tell me why, when we were this hearing that this was for, some of his ONS brothers were sitting behind us. They had been threatening us the whole week before online. And when my mom turned to the victim's advocate and goes, hey, I think that's Clay, whatever, that was doing the stuff on Facebook. He goes, yeah, I'm him and what? And they made us get up and move.
And on that note, we'll be right back with the rest of this story, y'all.